presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Hey, Robert, how you doing, man?
Yes, and thank you for taking my call. I wanted to let you know that I've been a subscriber for a couple of years, just different members of your team, and I really enjoy it. But really the reason I'm calling is to express my sincerest gratitude for you providing that information yesterday on the small business grant. I'm a small business owner and primary breadwinner for my family, and if I can get that money, it's going to really mean a lot to my family. So
that's awesome.
Thank you for taking the time to do that.
No, well, listen, man, we appreciate you growling a problem with us.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 7 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great week, folks. To begin a great relationship, know what you want. Know what the needs of your body are and what the needs of your mind are, and what fits well with you. There are millions of men and women, and some of them will make a good match and others won't. The two of you only need to be like a key and a lock, a match that works. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials up 150, Nasdaq's up 83, S&P's up 18.5, gold contract down $20.80, traded at $17.94 an ounce. We have silver down 50 cents, $20.34 an ounce. Light sweet crude off $2.74, $89.33 a barrel. Notes and bonds. You get the 10-year note trading. There we go. Trading up 14 ticks, 119.23. The 30-year is up 31 ticks. Remember, 32 ticks in the bond market is 1 full point. 141.17. You get the 10-year yielding 2.78. And last 6 months, last 3 months actually, the high has been 3.4, the low 2.5. And King Dollar, look at this, man. King Dollar up 898 ticks, 106.53. The euro right now is trading at a price point of 101. And the yen is out here at 136. Where am I? Why does this keep happening to me? 133, and the British pound is out there at 121 to 1 US dollar. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. And the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at it. What do you have? Well, it's reaching for that May 4th number. The NQs just got it today. The number in the SPYs, folks, is 429.66. We've made the 429.10 thus far. Now, the contraction of volume is dramatic here. So, bottom line, my take is this thing's going to take a rest, but doesn't look like it's going to do it just yet. That's in your SPY. If we go into the NDX 100, we take a look at the NDX 100, 3 Qs. 3 Qs are actually over that level right now. You're up 256, 257, right? The volume you're going into, the contraction in the Qs is pretty dramatic. The Qs, yeah, well, bottom line is that if we take a look at it, last Wednesday, you did 51 million shares, Thursday, 45, Friday, 40, and we're not even going to do 40 million today, folks. That is laying up that we're going to get a pullback. And that contraction, if you're a bull, is not good, man. You know, we'll see how it basically pulls back down. But what you don't want to happen is that this thing gets too much higher, meaning the price, and that volume characteristic keeps going down. Because all that does is sets up a larger pullback. You know, my take is that, the bottom's in, okay? But that being said, you keep going up higher, you'll get a larger pullback that will feel vicious. Which totally makes sense, actually, because that is how deviant markets actually are. Let's go take a look at the dollar, because this is such a classic, man. This is, like, unbelievable. Now, and the unbelievable part is that the market is not going south when the dollar has just broke the channel line. So picture, last Wednesday, we went downtown with conviction. We went from 106,400 to 104,600. Well, guess what? It laid down there for 2 days. It doesn't like hanging in that corner. Doesn't like the friends at that corner and say, I'm going back topside, man. And that's exactly what it did. And it broke topside. So what does happen is this. When you get a false break, which, you know, and everyone in the technical business knows that this is a nice channel line. He broke it. And it's a false break. A false break means that you come back down, you get above it. It's pretty dangerous, meaning that, you know, folks that will short the dollar, bottom line, this thing, I suspect, is going to probably try to go up and test the highs again. That's how it normally works, man. You can't bust them down. You're going to try to bust them back up. We'll see how that shakes out. Let's go take a look at Amazon for a couple of the targets out here. So we get Amazon. The low for the year is 101. The high is 188. It's trading 140. Is that 140? Yeah, 143 right now. You know, I just take your time with this right now. I mean, there's no doubt. Off the low here is like 3 months ago at 101. You're up 40% since then. This doesn't have any juice. It's going into the same situation, man. I mean, it's the same area. So you're going into a supply line right now. So bottom line, I wouldn't be buying it up here. That's my point. We take a look at some of the higher volume equities, and this is going to be a low volume market out here today. You get Bed Bath & Beyond up $3. You get, let's see, Apple's up 90 cents. You get Nvidia up 260. Let's go, Tesla's up 34. Let's go to NVDA first. We'll take a look at Nvidia. Nvidia right now, okay, so that's just coming up to the top of the consolidation. That doesn't have any juice either. And Walmart. So Walmart, I believe, is coming out with numbers tomorrow. Let's take a look at Walmart. So, yeah, before the open tomorrow, Walmart's coming out with numbers. What you have here, this is going to be really intriguing because Walmart, the bottom line, has this consolidation happening. They get smoked the last time they come out with numbers. And let's just see. Yeah, I don't see this getting above this 134.23. We hit 133.57 today. Yeah, Walmart has a high volume low. The high volume low is in, man. That high volume low is 117. So that is no doubt pretty intense. We'll go over. Let's go take a look at Schlumberger out here. SLB, the low's 25, the high's 49. That's trading 35 right now. Okay, so. Okay, this is not a bad setup. Let me put this on a weekly. Okay, so you came back to breakout. Breakout was 29 to 35. You tested it with 53 million versus 78. I see what's happening, 36. This is not a bad setup. It's going to take a long time, though. You see this? I wouldn't bite just yet. I let this build more cause. This is building cause to get through its big downdraft. Stay right there, folks. Come back with our man, Mr. Steve Rhodes.
In a time of booming inflation, where your purchasing power is eroded, there's no better place to protect your hard-earned money than in gold. Vista Gold's flagship asset is the Mount Todd Gold Project in the Northern Territory of Australia. This is Australia's largest undeveloped gold project. We are talking a world-class gold project in a Tier 1 mining district. This is a large-scale, low-cost project with significant existing infrastructure in a politically safe and friendly mining jurisdiction. Vista Gold just completed the Mount Todd feasibility study, which resulted in a 7 million ounce gold reserve in a 16-year mine life. All of this, combined with the approvals of all major operational as well as environmental permits. This distinguishes Mount Todd as an attractive, de-risk partner, ready development stage gold project. Vista Gold trades on the New York Stock Exchange under the symbol VGZ.
Are you looking for a way to consistently add winning trades to your portfolio? Tom O'Brien is here to help. Tom O'Brien has been successfully trading markets for over 30 years. A frequent contributor to TD Ameritrade Network and CNBC, Tom O'Brien founded TFNN over 20 years ago to help educate investors just like you. Tom's daily market newsletter, Market Insights, is published every morning when the market's open to give you the competitive informational edge you need to succeed. These newsletters are packed full of Tom's advanced technical analysis and are geared to deliver comprehensive strategies for a successful portfolio. Get Tom O'Brien's newsletter, Market Insights, today and try all of our products and newsletters 30 days risk-free with our money-back guarantee at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Everything in the universe is governed by the Fibonacci sequence. This mathematical principle is responsible for everything from the most aesthetically pleasing artwork to patterns in the stock market. To stay on top of stock patterns you can take advantage of, sign up for the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter at TFNN.com. When you subscribe, you'll get a weekly report from veteran day trader Larry Pesavento on stocks you need to pay attention to. And you can trust Larry's analysis. After all, he's got 45 years experience as a day trader. Larry will also provide daily charts, videos, and data on the key markets that he's tracking. Expect notifications from Larry on market movement you need to act on at any time. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. Subscribe to the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter today. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now trading up 155. We get the Nasdaq up 92. S&Ps are up 20. Let's get over to our man, Mr. Steve Rhodes, as we do each and every Monday at 20 past the hour. And don't forget, folks, Steve has an outstanding show here every trading day. Whoa, that's right. We got a new time, too. It's a beautiful thing. 11 to 12 Eastern Standard Time also has a great newsletter, Mastering Probability. Now, it's very easy to get his newsletter, folks. You come over to our website at TFNN, hit newsletters. You're going to see it in the top right-hand corner. You just hit subscribe. You can get the newsletter for 1 month for $149. You get it for 6 months for $6.95, which is a savings of $199 or 22%. And you get it for 1 year for $11.95, which is a savings of $593 or 33%. And, folks, they all come with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So, as Steve says, guess what? You have it 29 days for free. Check it out. It's a great newsletter, folks. You really have to understand, you will understand how Steve looks at the market each and every day. Steve Rhodes, what's going on?
Well, I still make that same kind of error each day when I start the show because I'm so used to the canned, open that I have.
I'm with exactly, yeah.
And I remember when I first started the show, a couple of my friends said, what they really liked about different shows that they listened to was, the opening was consistent. Like in your case, you're reading what some of the four agreements or some of those cards or what have you. So I always tried to do that. And now with changing the time frames, just naturally, I'm usually saying 1 o'clock.
Right.
But, but 11. But nice.
And sunny Delray Beach.
That's right. Which usually it is.
That's right.
Usually
That's right.
Is. So,
that's right.
So it's a beautiful thing. It's been a great summer. I enjoyed this weekend. We had the NFL preseason games going. Yeah. So that was good. Some really great golf. I like the PGA Tour, but watching these junior women, I mean, some of these girls were 13, 14. The one who won is 17.
Really? No, it's so funny. When I was listening this morning, I heard you say that to John. Yeah. And I didn't see that. I missed that. So that was on TV too, right?
It was, yeah. Okay. Exactly. So, and it just amazing the poise that this 17-year-old girl from Japan had out there. And they're playing just a beautiful golf course. So always fun to watch. And, and I love sports.
Right. Right.
So it's good. And I can kind of consider the stock market. It's a sport as well.
There's no doubt, man. This is the ultimate sport.
It is.
Yeah.
So speaking of this sport here, the stock market, on July 22nd, this first chart that I'm showing kind of take people through the markets as I see them right now. And on July 22nd, the NASDAQ 100, the NDX 100, generated a sell the D point pattern, Gartley sell. And what that is, folks, that's part of the A to B equals CD cycle. And I've got some blue lines drawn in here so you can see the A to B and then the C to D. Like I've just simply... I have an actual tool. I don't have it for this white background chart that draws these patterns, but people can do the same thing at home just to be able to identify the A to B point, and that they just copy that line, they can move it over to where that's C to D. Now, the way that I show one of these patterns completed, it has to form, in this case here with an A to B equals C to the upside, a bearish reversal candle, which is what it did on July 22nd. It created that sell the D point when it formed a bear sash candle where the blue arrow's at. So that's a starter. That top took price right back to what's referred to as the oscillator unchanged line. So during the segment here, I'll refer to it as the OUL, where that red arrow is. And that means that a key level of support held and that the upward momentum remained in place as of that date. If we take a look at what took place on July 28th, this sell the D point pattern was negated. So I've got this blue horizontal line.
Yeah.
So the resistance level for that candle session was that high. And as soon as price closed above that, not traded above it, but closed above it, it negated that signal. That said, okay, no longer did the NDX 100 have a sell the D point pattern. On August 9th, the NDX 100, where I've got this blue arrow, gap to the downside.
Yep.
A gap to the upside is bullish, a gap to the downside is bearish. Even though those gaps may or may not be filled at some point in time, we still go with the signal. But when price gapped to the downside, that was actually the next buy point in the NDX 100.
Right.
This price found support at that green oscillator unchanged line. On August 11th, the NDX 100 formed another sell the D point pattern out here when it created this bearish engulfing candle. But that failed the very next second. So the very next session out here. So I want people to be paying attention to the oscillator and change line, the signals that it forms, what typically happens with price coming back to that level out here. And so all the topping signals that we've seen so far have failed. Where are we at today? We're in wave number 7, so part of the Chapman wave, a very small part of the Chapman wave. And in order for this signal to confirm, we have to see a lower high. So the earliest that this signal could confirm up would be at really tomorrow's close. And should we actually get that topping signal, well, the key area to be watching is going to be that oscillator and change line, which as of about a half an hour ago was around the 13,284 level out there. So one of the workshops, and as you mentioned, folks can subscribe to Mastering Probability. It comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so they've got it for free for 29 days out there. So one of the workshops that subscribers received is the oscillator and change line, the long, short line that every trader really needs to know. So I show people how to generate it. Many people have gone on in their own software and have created it. Another workshop that subscribers receive, and I referred to those bearish reversal candles, Tom, is the ultimate trading signals, Japanese candlesticks. It's an hour long. So folks are looking to, and these are great tools to help understand what the market is doing. And I mentioned the A to B equals CD pattern. So folks get access, if you subscribe to Mastering Probability, to the ultimate reversal patterns out there. And it will take you through that step by step. And understanding those patterns are really going to be helpful in us identifying the next top, which seasonally for the NDX 100 says that we're getting really close. So when I put that together with just your opening, you and I didn't talk. You take a look at volume, you take a look at the NDX 100, you take a look at the Qs, you've got a target area out there. When we take a look at the seasonality, now this is the seasonality, folks, during midterm election cycles. So you'll see the years up top. They've got the boxes checked with regard to the years that are applying to this. So the NDX 100 typically says we see some type of top here in the next week or so, one that should lead us lower into the September-October timeframe. If we look at the weekly chart for the NQ, this suggests that a TD9 count top here, we're in week number 7 or bar number 7, that suggests that we could get a top between next week and the second week in September. So I've got a pattern here that is lining up with the seasonal cycle. The last major top, folks, in Apple, so since that's the heaviest weighted stock inside the Index 100. The last major top on a weekly basis was a TD9 count top. The last major bottom was a TD9 count. We're now in bar number 7. So again, this is saying that we could see a top or should see a top form by Labor Day, if not next week. And subscribers get access to a workshop that walks them right through the TD9 count pattern that's out there.
That's huge, man. Yeah, seriously, right.
This is the seasonal midterm election chart for the Dow. So this takes us back to 1902. That's the first year that I've got data. Now, this is provided to me by the folks at Seasonix out here. Great tools to help you identify seasonal chart patterns out here. And this says that we should see a significant top that likely begins to form next week inside of the Dow. And if we look at this weekly chart for the Dow, we can see that price is right up against or getting close to a horizontal trading range level at 34,152. We've also got these little red descending trend lines. So we're up towards a resistance level as we come into a time period where we should see a seasonal top. This is the S&P 500. It is suggesting the same thing, that between next week and maybe the week after, we should see some type of top form that should take us lower into at least the October timeframe. And here's the ES mini chart for its weekly timeframe, just really showing what we just took a look at for the NQ, for Apple, and then for the ES mini.
And folks, you saw what Steve went through, right? Those workshops are phenomenal. Come over to the website, hit the newsletter, hit Mastering Probability. You'll stay busy. You get a great education, and you can't get it anywhere else. I mean, that's the bottom line. It's like not even close, man.
Yes.
Steve, have a great one, safe one. We look forward to the show tomorrow.
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you. Stay right there, folks. We'll come right back.
If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my Gold Report. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now are trading up 165. Nasdaq's up 123. S&Ps are up 21. And, so check this out with Peloton, folks, okay? This is going to be really intriguing. So Peloton is planning to redesign its bikes so customers can self-assemble them at home and will explore letting users beam its content to rival workout machines. Part of a wide-ranging turnabout by the new chief executive, Barry McCarthy. When a customer orders a bike from Peloton, the equipment is delivered and set up by a professional to use at home. The idea going forward will be to design the bike so customers can unbox it and assemble it themselves. that in itself will be a trip, folks. For the cost of the Peloton, number one, I don't think you're going to have a lot of Mr. Fixes and Mrs. Fix-Its out there. You're talking about an IKEA deal, and IKEA is a great brand, folks, and they're great furniture, but it takes time, and time is money. So when you're trying to sell something that's right up there with the description, hey, we'll see where it shakes out. But I don't see it happening, man. I just don't see it happening. We'll take a look. Let's go take a look at some of these. Let's go to Home Depot first. Some of these housing stocks, because so Home Depot right now, this is also, I see it's coming up to the top of the consolidation. When does this come out with numbers? So this comes out, I like it. Tomorrow before market too. Okay, so let's see what they're looking for. Okay, so Home Depot is looking to take in $43 billion and $498. This is intriguing, man, because look at this. This evidently, I guess this is just like that would make sense. It's a big quarter. This is always their biggest quarter. Now, this will be a big deal because of the fact when we look back over the years, this is its biggest quarter, which would make sense because, you get the beginning of summer in this quarter. Well, we probably have spring and summer. That's what's going on. So if we take a look at Home Depot, let's hit a low of 264. Right now you're at 315. Put this on a weekly for a second. Yeah, that's right. This is going to be a good equity to see, if they continue to basically do the type of business they think they're doing. My take is that it's not going to. This is not a bad shot. I mean, this already came down from $420 straight down to $264. So, I mean, that was quite a hit. There's no doubt about that. It hasn't bounced that much, and I don't think you're going to see that more of a bounce, actually. Let's go to Toll Brothers. When we take a look at Toll Brothers, so Toll Brothers, it's sideways. That's building cars. That has light volume. This comes out the 23rd. We'll take a look at Lennar. Okay, so Lennar's at its highs. Not its highs, but it certainly came off this low, that's for sure. So we go back to December. It was 117. Straight down to 62, which was June 17th. Same thing. You're coming up to resistance the exact same way. We had a huge drop-off in volume last week. The prior week was 14 million. Then you did 11. Yeah, 11. So something to remember, folks, okay? This is what happens most times, is that when you can expect first off, I expect with the rates going up, the housing market's slowing, right? When the housing market's slowing, the amount of jobs that basically are not there go huge, astronomical, up, okay? It normally takes a good year and a half. That's kind of how it goes. Now, my take is that we started this last November in the housing market. That's kind of how this shakes out. So we're in August, so we'll be up a year, 3 or 4 months from now. You're going to see those numbers start hitting, I think. And we'll see, what definitely has happened is that because this market bounced, there's no doubt that it's got busier. So check this out. This is pretty cool. When Basil and I ended the show Friday, we went and had a beer with my supervisor plus one of our suppliers, right? And now this is a stone supplier, right? Great stone, This guy has so many quarries, it's insane. Actually, his father has 300 quarries in Brazil. He was telling us that last week, not just last week, the week before that, the customers are off the hook again, meaning they're flowing in beyond belief. Now, that being said, the whole month before that, phones stopped running, everything's dead. But guess what? This market runs everything, man. So the perception, the market comes off the lows, people went right back. So that's something that we may hear. Now, this will really get, that's something that we might hear from Home Depot, even though I don't think Home Depot is going to make their numbers. I bet they're going to say that, oh, yeah, well, that was that quarter. And, yeah, it was really tough. But, you know, people are coming back. I was at Lowe's yesterday, man. It was busy. There's no doubt about that. It wasn't like it was slow. It was definitely busy. Let's go take a look at Apple, since Apple's been leading this charge. There's no doubt about that. The low for the year is 129. The high is 182. They had some decent volume Friday. Friday wasn't bad. They put this on a weekly. So, yeah, this is just a flat-out consolidation. And you still, so this is going to be intriguing with Apple, okay? You get a consolidation, but what you also have is that, you know, you have a lot more volume down at these lows again at 129. And, of course, you know, it has, this was, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's been up for nine straight weeks, man. You know, it was down for, 2, 4, 6, 8. It was down for 12 weeks, and now it's been up for 9 weeks. You know, that's quite a number. There's no doubt about it. If we go take a look at, okay, so we got Amazon. Let's go look at Microsoft, because Microsoft, no doubt, Amazon, they moved that NDX 100. Microsoft right now up 182. The low for this is 241. The high is 349. And this one, let's come. They're all coming into the same place. We'll see if we can make it above it. I mean, in Microsoft's case, that has a monster gap. The gap actually starts at 296 and goes to 292. So we're just coming into the gap. So if that gets a little bit more into the gap, it will go to the top of that gap. I mean, that's how those babies are shaking out. Gold. Let's go to the gold contract out here, because what you have is that the divergence is huge, meaning the dollar is up so dramatically, and yet, guess what? You know, gold has light volume and rejected lower price. We went down to $17.87, but you're laying out here at $17.95. You've only done 132,000 contracts. That is really light contract volume, folks, in a monster way. There's no doubt about that. So as you come over to TFNN, what you're going to see at TFNN, folks, right on the home page, we have a promotion, a special right now that's going on for the gold report. Bottom line is you can get the gold report for your first month for 50% off. And as our man, Mr. Steve Rhodes, says, the first 29 days are free anyway. So bottom line, you get not only 50% off, but what you can also get out there is that if it doesn't work for you, the 29th day, just cancel it and you get your money back. Stay right there, folks. Come right back. We have our phone number is 877-927-6648. We have the Dow. Dow Industrials right now trading up 170. Nasdaq's up 118. Excuse me. Excuse me, folks. Be right back.
Vista Gold owns and operates the largest undeveloped gold project in Australia, the Mount Todd Gold Project. Vista Gold just completed their feasibility study, resulting in a 7 million ounce gold reserve. Vista Gold has all major permits approved and has retained CIBC capital market assistance in evaluating alternatives and in completing an accretive transaction. Vista Gold trades on the NYSE American and TSX under the ticker symbol VGZ. Vista Gold, executing a strategy to create shareholder value.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the opening call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Directions Daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now trading up 161, Nasdaq's up 85, S&Ps are up 19. Now, we got a busted ETF out here, folks, and I know that some tigers trade this, but I just want to bring this up. So if you're in this equity, I would get out of this equity immediately, folks, okay? This is what it is. It's the VXX, okay? So the VXX, folks, is the short-term exchange-traded note. The note provides investors with a cash payment at a scheduled maturity, and it follows the S&P 500 VIX Futures Index, okay? So you're looking up here. See how it says 2134? Well, I want you to look down here where it says net asset value, NAV. See net asset value, $16.57? Well, what's going on with this, okay, is that look at this. There's still, the inflows are still coming in too, man. Let me get this story for you, because what happened is that, I don't know if this is a Barclays deal or what, but here it is right here. Yeah, it is a Barclays deal. So Barclays' famous paperwork blunder is causing trouble in the largest exchange notes as stock volatility craters. The 445 million iPath series ticker VXS closed Friday at a record 33% premium to the net asset value. Barclays was forced to suspend issuance of the product after it sold 15 billion more in structured notes and ETFs than had permission to do so. The bank has since resumed issuance of more than 24 of the impacted products, yet VXX, which allows traders to wage on gyration in stock prices, the largest of 6, still left in limbo. That's taken away a key arbitrage mechanism used to keep the ETF's price in line with the underlying assets, while the product hasn't posted an outflow since early April. So bottom line, folks, is this. Can this premium get bigger? Yes, it can, okay? But my bottom line would be this, is that you're trading something that's 33% over more than it's worth. All that has to happen is, so what has happened with Barclays, they've paid all this money out. They've got these other ones going again. All they have to do is get the permission to go going again. That thing will snap right back to the net asset value. So you'd be down $5 or $5,000 per 1,000 you own, or 500 or whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? Pay attention to it, man, because I suspect they've been working on it, okay? They're not going to just leave it out there. It's not going to happen. They took an extraordinary hit And, it's pretty amazing that they... Yeah, somehow their systems, that's where the the computer HAL was taking over everything, evidently. But then that's what they'll claim, probably. But the bottom line, they had to pay up for it. That's what it comes down to. Let's get over and take a look at this oil market. So, oil. Oh, sorry. Well, we're going to go to a caller first. Let's go here. There we go. There we go. Let's go to John in Orlando. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hey, good afternoon, Tom. I haven't talked to you in a while.
I know. How you been, man?
Good. Hot summer we're having, but I can live with it. I love Florida.
That's the beautiful thing, and it has been hot, man. There's no doubt about that. But guess what? It's August 15th. Yeah. We're on the other side of this whole thing, meaning we're not the other side of it. It's still going to stay hot, folks, okay? But guess what? It starts here and ends here. We're right here, which is beautiful. Yeah, exactly.
Well, a couple of more months.
Yep.
We'll get the full season. I want to talk about Shopify.
Okay, so let's get Shopify. The low for the last 12 months is $29. The high is $176. The next time they come out with numbers is the 28th of October. They take in $1.3 billion per quarter, and they plan on making 6 cents in this next quarter. So,
I'm in at 32 on this, but I want to know if I have some profit.
Okay, no, I'd stay right there. I'd stay right there. This has been a one-way trip down from $176. Pretty amazing, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so $30. Let me just see this. So $30 at $334 million. Then it tested it with 204. Then it tested it with 100. That's nice, man. See that, folks? This is how what you look for. There's two separate tests. It was dramatic, the amount of volume it pulled back. Okay, so picture the first low is 344 million. Next low is 204 million. Next low is 106. Then you actually did have a small sign of strength, even though it couldn't get higher. Those 2 weeks, the week of the 27th of July and the next week is pretty good. Yeah, I'd stay right there, John. The bottom line is that, you get a good in. This will consolidate for a bit. It's going to have a huge supply line because the equity got so smoked. So it's not going to be a one-way trip on the way up like it did last time. But
right.
There's no reason. The first
stuck at that 40 level here. At 40 level, this consolidation here.
Yeah, the 48 level is the one that's going to give you that. What it's trying to do right now, you can see this. That was high volume when it hit on the monthly. I got it on the monthly now, folks. Okay, so it's 1.17 on the monthly. Then it tested it with 845 million, and then it tested it with 600 million. Now it's going to try to build cause to get into this 41 area. And if you can get that, then, the bottom line is that, if you get over the 48 area, you get some real juice, man. That's good.
Okay.
And you can see that the supply line on this, folks, goes all the way back to where it started in February of 2020. So pretty intense. And listen, Shopify's not going away. That's the bottom line. But,
Oh, yeah, they got a lot of stores online.
Oh, listen, we use Shopify. Shopify's so easy to use, it's insane,
Yeah.
We should have bought it when we changed to it because that was before the run. But,
Right.
It's evidently, what it is more than anything, they have these plugins that go with them, folks. So credit cards, all of this stuff makes it very easy. And all of that stuff, this is what's also on top of it, they're all in the cloud. Nothing gets saved. It's a whole deal that, for small businesses and large businesses, it works pretty well. It works real well, actually.
Let me ask you, are they, they're not really a competitor to Amazon. They're a different business, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Because what you're doing is that they have it. In most web developers, that they normally do, you have the Shopify, then you have the Stripe. The Stripe sets up with inside of it. so that's where you're taking the credit cards. That's where the accelerations go. It's just like, like we use the Tiger dollars. So it's so good that we can put the Tiger dollars in there, and they automatically, their cloud is taking care of the Tiger dollars the whole time. So it's used just like money now. We don't have to do a thing. Once it's in there, they hit the button. If you go in and use Tiger dollars come off, has the exact same thing. So the plugins are pretty cool, accounting-wise and everything else. So, cooking, brother.
All right, thank you.
Have a great one, John. Have a safe one. Stay right there, folks. We'll come right back. We have the Dow. Dow Industrial's up 165. Nasdaq's up 85. S&P's up 19. We'll come right back.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Everything in the universe is governed by the Fibonacci sequence. This mathematical principle is responsible for everything from the most aesthetically pleasing artwork to patterns in the stock market. To stay on top of stock patterns you can take advantage of, sign up for the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter at TFNN.com. When you subscribe, you'll get a weekly report from veteran day trader Larry Pesavento on stocks you need to pay attention to. And you can trust Larry's analysis. After all, he's got 45 years experience as a day trader. Larry will also provide daily charts, videos, and data on the key markets that he's tracking. Expect notifications from Larry on market movement you need to act on at any time. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. Subscribe to the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter today. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go take a look at Taseko, TGB. Now, Taseko, folks, is a monster copper company, okay? Bottom line is you got a little bid. The low for the year is 89, the high is 240. It has a bid out here today with volume inside this bid. We reached 126. It's trading 117. So you have higher price with volume that didn't hold. That means it's going to be right back higher. Let me put this on a weekly. And what's happening here is that they just got a... Let me read it for you first. TGB looks to me like it wants to run to 130. That's how that's set up. That's because it should be the first flak, 130. So what they got is that they got from the EPA it's going to end up, they're going to have a mine. That's the bottom line, an additional mine. So on Monday, it gained a draft underground injection control permit from the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency for its Florence copper mine in Arizona. A 45-day public period for the draft permit is scheduled to end September 29th with the virtual meeting held the 15th. The permit was the final key approval needed to begin the construction and operation of the Florence copper commercial facility. And what's happening out here, folks, is that copper, bottom line, that gyrates, okay? HG, let's go look at the copper contract right now. That being said, when you're looking longer term, inside of the copper market, folks, the bottom line is that all these electric deals need copper. So, it's been in a monster consolidation, copper has. If we pull this back, HG1, you're going to see how this trades. The downside would be that, they're slowing up in China. The upside is that, guess what? The way China works is that they'll buy stuff when it's at lows, and the bottom line is that, copper has gone from $5.01 a pound. 5 weeks ago it was down there at $3.15. And here, this is I like this when this happens, because just even a 0.382 retracement gets you to $3.86. So. Always remember, folks, the bear can claw your heart out, the bull can run you over, and thank God there's always another trade. Health, happiness, and prosperity. Have a great night, folks. Have a safe night. Come back and visit Tommy tomorrow morning. Kicks us off 9 o'clock in the morning. Great show, folks. Look at him, folks.